everyone. In this video, you are going to revise Chapter 8, Water. And we know that water is called a universal solvent. Why this water is called a universal solvent? So, that is the first topic is mentioned in the chapter. You already learned that why this water is called a universal solvent. That means it dissolves more solutes than any other solvent does. Then the next topics are solutions. Then solution means three kinds of solution you already learned here, and what are the name of that solution. Then next topic is suspensions, then colloids. So these are the main topic is included here. Then three kinds of solutions, they are unsaturated solution, saturated solution and supersaturated solution. So we will discuss again what is the meaning and what is the difference between these three kinds of solution. Then the next topic is hydrates, then hygroscopic substances, then action of metals and metal oxides on water. Then next is, that is the last topic, hard water and soft water. Then what is the difference between hard water and soft water? And the last of this chapter that we will discuss or we will revise again the exercise part of the chapter that's already uploaded in the group or in Teams. So now we are going to revise again this all the topics again. So in this video, we are going to discuss the properties of water. We know that water is known as a universal solvent because it dissolves a large number of solutes than any other solvent does. For example, and it is the property of water. It is the property of water, and that helps. For example, this helps a river dissolve many minerals from the soil and finally that discharging them into the sea. Thus, we can see that in a sea or an ocean is a vast store of minerals and that other soluble substance. So this is an example. We can say that water is known as a universal solvent. Then the next point is water is a polar molecule. Water is a polar molecule because this water having a slight positive charge on the hydrogen atoms. We know that the formula of water, H2O, hydrogen and oxygen is there. So in this hydrogen atoms, that's having a light positive charge and a slight negative charge on the oxygen atom. So this property is helping it act as a good solvent. Then a solution is a homogeneous mixture. So in the same topic, we already discussed about that solution, suspension, colloid, etc. So the first one is a solution. A solution is a homogeneous mixture of one or more solutes in a solvent. Then a suspension is a heterogeneous mixture of one or more dispersed phases in a dispersion medium. A colloid is a homogeneous mixture of one or more dispersed phases in a dispersion medium. So this is the difference between solution, suspension and colloid. So now we are going to the next topic. A solution. A solution is capable of dissolving more solute at a given temperature. That's what we can call as an unsaturated solution. I repeat, a solution is capable of dissolving more solute at a given temperature. So that's what this is called unsaturated solution. A solution containing maximum amount of solute that can be dissolved in a given temperature, that's called a saturated solution. So unsaturated solution and saturated solution is there. So the difference between this saturated solution and unsaturated solution, I repeat, in a solution is capable of dissolving more solute at a given temperature. That is called the unsaturated solution. So next is saturated solution, means a solution contain maximum amount of a solute. That means a solution contain maximum amount of solute that can be dissolved in it at a given temperature. That is called a saturated solution. You already learned that the difference between unsaturated solution and saturated solution. Then the next point is a solution contain more than the maximum amount of solute, and this more than the maximum amount of solute that can be dissolved in it at a given temperature. That is called a super saturated solution. So three types of solution is mentioned here. One is unsaturated, second one is saturated solution, and the third one is super saturated solution. The difference between these three solutions is very important. Then the next topic is water molecule. That means this water molecule is associated with a substance, and this water molecule is associated with a substance in a crystal and forming a part of the crystalline structure. So this water molecule is associated with a crystal or associated with a substance that in a crystal form, and that change into a crystalline structure. And this together referred as a water of crystallization. So together we can say that this water of crystallization. Then a substance that containing water of crystallization is called hydrate. So related with this water crystallization, we can learn one more point here, one more word, that means hydrate. That means water is called, or crystallized water of crystallization we can call as hydrate. Means a substance contain water of crystallization is called a hydrate. So the next points are what is hygroscopic substance? Hydro, hydrate, these all the words are related with the water. Hydrogen, hydro, hygro. What's here? One more word is there. One more word you learn, and that is hygroscopic substance. That what is the speciality of this hygroscopic substance? A substance that absorb moisture, and this moisture is absorbing from the air or from the atmosphere. So that kind of substance are called a hygroscopic substance. I repeat, a substance that absorb moisture from the atmosphere, that is called a hygroscopic substance. Some examples are already mentioned in table 8.3. For example, anhydrous calcium chloride, then silica gel, sodium hydroxide, soda lime, sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid means in case of concentrated sulfuric acid. So these all the substance, and most of them are in solid state, and the solid state of this substance is showing the property of a hygroscopic substance. That means this substance can absorb moisture from the atmosphere. That's how we know that the bag contains silica gel. That is a common drying agent. Silica gel is using as a drying agent, and that we can see to keep the air inside the box dry. Then so like that, these are the examples. Next is a solid hygroscopic substance, and that means what are the examples mentioned here now? This solid hygroscopic substance that have the capacity for absorb atmospheric moisture, that the solid forming that concentrated solution, under that a solid that is forming a concentrated solution after that. So that is called deliquescent substance. That's called a deliquescent substance. Then next points are metals that higher than the hydrogen in the activity series. You know that the sequence what is mentioned in activity series. According to that, the metals higher than hydrogen. That means higher than the hydrogen in the activity series that can easily displace the hydrogen atom from water. But one exceptional case is there, except lead. Except lead and tin, not only lead, except lead and tin. I repeat, metals higher than hydrogen in the activity series that have the capacity of displace hydrogen atom from water. Except two metals, that means except tin and lead. Then one more is there, that means potassium and sodium that are reacting vigorously. Potassium and sodium that reacting vigorously, but calcium is there. Calcium is slowly with the cold water. This all the explanation is explained in the class. The next one, magnesium. Magnesium is reacting with the steam. Magnesium is reacting with the steam and iron that react with when steam is passed over the red hot metal. That is also the special, that's also mentioned here. Magnesium react with the steam and iron, then react when the steam is passed over the red hot metal. Then next, what are the properties that water is shown? Water that lathers easily with the soap. Water that lathers easily with the soap. That is called a soft water. So we already learned that what is the difference between soft water and hard water. So that's the last topic of this chapter. So look at that. What is soft water and what is hard water? Water that lathers easily, that's called a soft water. For example, we can notice that the water in some places that forms lather easily. Lather easily means that will form bubbles and like that. So lathers easily with the soap, whereas that other places we can see that does not lather easily. So on the basis of that, we can that separate, or we can identify that the water is soft water or hard water. Hard water means water that does not lather easily with the soap. That's called a hard water. So this is the difference between soft water and hard water. Then next is, then what makes water hard? Then temporarily and permanently hard water. These are the topics also included in the chapter. Then if the hardness of water, that sample can be removed by boiling. We can remove the hardness of water through the process of boiling. So that kind of water we can say that temporarily hard water. At the same time, if the hardness of water sample cannot be removed by boiling, then that is called a permanently hard water. So boiling is a process for removing this hardness of water, some water samples. Then on this basis, we can say that hard water is classified into two types. Then next is, if the hardness of water sample is removed by boiling, so that kind of water is called a temporarily hard water. So boiling is the process for removing that hardness, temporarily only. Then if the hardness of water sample is not removed by boiling, that is called a permanently hard water. So these are the topics that's included in this revision lesson. So look at that. What are the exercise part also here? Exercise part, short answer questions are there. Total 10 questions are included in the exercise part, and this is discussed in the class, and the PDF is already uploaded in the Teams. So complete it and revise these all the chapters. The long answer questions, total 5 questions are here, and that means so in total 5 questions. Compare the properties of solution, that is suspension and a colloid is there. Then what do you mean by water crystallization? That's also important. So this water crystallization we are already discussed with the help of an experiment, and that experiment showed that the water molecules in a hydrated form are part of the crystalline structure. So with that, we need to explain the water of crystallization. Then Explanation is needed. Explanation of hygroscopic substances and deliquescent substances and examples and mention their uses. So 3 parts are included in this question. Explain hygroscopic and deliquescent substance and example of these two and their uses. Next is distinguish between, that means difference between hard water and soft water. One more point, why it is necessary to remove the hardness of water and how can it be removed, that we already discussed. Hardness of water sample we can remove by the process of boiling. Then discuss the action of sodium and calcium on water, and these all the topics are already included in the PDF. So revise the topic for exam. I'm going to wind up this session now. Okay, bye.